When we're asked to add and subtract fractions, we need something called a common denominator. So denominator is this number down here on the bottom, and in order for us to add fractions together, this number needs to be the same. They need to be like fractions. When you have a common denominator, like we do in this example, we are ready to go ahead and do the addition. So 3/5 plus 4 over 5, that denominator that's the same, we're going to keep that as a 5. And then what you do is you take your numerators. 3 plus 4 gives us 7. We have 7 over 5. So when you add and subtract fractions, look for a common denominator. If you already have one, if they are like fractions, that means you are ready to go. Alright, this next example looks a little bit different. I see we are subtracting two fractions, and so my first instinct is to look at the denominators. Even though these look a little weird, are they the same? And because they're both a 6x, we have a common denominator. So that means we keep our common denominator, 6x, and we go ahead and do the subtraction. 7 minus 11 is a negative 4. Can we reduce a negative 4 over 6x? Well, let's take a look at the negative 4 over the 6. You can divide both of those numbers by 2, and that will reduce those. Negative 4 divided by 2 is a negative 2, over 6 divided by 2 is a 3, and then the x just stays down there in the denominator. So adding and subtracting fractions, you need a common denominator. If you already have one, like these examples, then you keep your common denominator and add or subtract the numerators.